What's going on, YouTube? Chun is here. I got another standard battle for you guys today. This is against CaliConnKid, who I found on the Battle for Charity 2 chat rooms. I actually had two battles there. This is the first of the two. The second one will be uploaded later on. Hope you guys are having a very Merry Christmas. Happy holidays to you. And be safe. But anywho, let's go ahead and get started. We got a standard battle going on here. He led off with WiFi, I led off with Gliscor. I switched to Jirachi to take the fake out, and he does go for the fake out, which was a pretty good move on my part as far as from a damage standpoint. He's now going to go to Blissey as I go for the flash cannon, and it is the Calm Mind Wish Jirachi in action once again. Too early to set up, so just go for the attack. I'm going to switch here and go to Gliscor, predicting a Thunder Wave, but he actually goes for the Stealth Rock, and I was just thinking, oh, that's cute. Anywho, he goes back to Weavile. I go for the taunt. I played really obvious there, thinking he would stay in. Awesome move on his part, because he still got his Sash, assuming he does have one. I switch out, go to Jirachi to take the Ice Stab. I thought it was going to be Ice Shard. Turns out it was Ice Punch. I go for the Flash Cannon again here just to keep him honest. He's going to switch out and go back to Blissey. And yeah, we're doing a lot of switching around here. Neither of us could really get the advantage. So yeah, that's pretty much what's going on. I'm going to go back to Gliscor. He's going to actually break up the monotony though and go into his Cresselia, which really sucks because he has two ridiculous walls on his team. So, Chun, how are you going to crack this core? I see the Flame Orb and I was thinking, really? Cycle Shift Cresselia? Really? This just to annoy me, right? So yeah, I go for the Stealth Rock. He goes for the Cycle Shift to shift the burn over to me. Considered taunt, but I thought he had Ice Beam, so I went with Stealth Rock because I didn't want to go for taunt and then get 2-hit KO by Ice Beam and then lose my Gliscor just to get a taunt and Stealth Rocks off. I might need Gliscor for later since he's got Sand Veil and all. But anyway, he goes to Dragonite. I go for the taunt again. I figured, okay, at least he can't Dragon Dance. He goes for the Draco Meteor, and he probably predicted taunt. That's why he went to Dragonite. In hindsight, I don't know why I thought it was Dragon Dance. It obviously had to be Mixed Knight, because why would he switch a Dragonite in on a predicted taunt? But I lived the Draco Meteor. I could not believe it. I was like, wow. So I roost up, and I'm going to switch out, go to Tyranitar, predicting a second Draco Meteor, and I figured since he's at -2, T-Tar could definitely take it since he's in the sand now. And I figured it was a safe switch because he probably has Superpower, or Earthquake, but he hadn't seen Tyranitar yet, so he's gonna go back to Weavile. I'm gonna go for the Crunch here. Made the obvious play once again. It would have been really funny if Crunch one-hit KO, but it doesn't. So here I'm going to switch out. I was fearing a low kick, so I go to Gyarados to take the possible low kick and also to get the Intimidate off, but he decides to go for fake out here. And yeah, so I go for Waterfall. He goes for the taunt, predicting the Dragon Dance. And he was probably basing it on the fact that I was playing really obvious until this point. But I decided, nope, I don't want Weavile hanging around anymore. And I'm just going to go straight for the Waterfall, since he outspeeds me anyway. So I'm going to go for Stone Edge. I was praying he didn't have extreme speed, but he does, and I live again. And I was like, yes! But I missed the Stone Edge, which sucks. Really sucks. And Santa's gonna take me out. It's funny being on the receiving end of Mixed Knight, because usually I'm the one that has a Mixed Knight and I'm beating stuff up. So now I've got to figure out how to deal with it, since it's being used against me now. I go to Flygon. I go for the Stone Edge, just to be faithful. Stone Edge does hit, which is pretty good. I didn't want to lock into Outrage, and U-turn was way too obvious. So I stay in here and I go for Stone Edge again, and I really honestly don't know why. Maybe I thought I would get a crit, maybe I thought it would one-hit KO. I really don't know. But he goes for rest, he rests up, and I've got to start all over again. So I'm going to switch out and go to Gliscor with the intent of getting a taunt off, hopefully, and I wanted to scout what his fourth move was. He goes for the Sleep Talk, and he gets Psychic. So that's his fourth move. And I live once again. But the burner's going to take me out. So it's funny because it's like I'm getting lucky living these attacks, but these secondary effects, they just finish me off. So I'm not that lucky. So Gliscor does end up going down. I'm going to go back to Flygon, and I just decide to just go for a U-turn here. Get as much damage as I can. I do get a crit, which mattered actually, because I'm going to switch and go into Starmie, and I wasn't 100% sure that I could one-hit KO with Hydro Pump, but I just decided to give it a shot here, and I go for the Hydro Pump. He goes for the Sleep Talk, but he gets rest. So let's hope this Hydro Pump does what I needed to do. I go for it, and it is enough to take out the Cresselia. Don't know if it was because I was modest nature. I'm not really sure. I could have gone to T-Tar, but I think the switch would have been very obvious if I did that. So funny, because as I'm playing, Elo's playing as well, and he's playing against the Cresselia on live stream, and he's like right on cue with my game as far as like what he's saying. As soon as my Cresselia comes in against me, he's like, dude, I hate Cresselia. As soon as I kill Cresselia, he was like, yes, die Cresselia, die. I finally killed it. So that was kind of funny. Anywho, Dragonite comes in. I go to Jirachi. There was absolutely no awesome prediction skills on my part, because I actually predicted Extreme Speed, not Draco Meteor. So, anywho, he's going to switch in, go to Blissey. I'm going to go for Thunderbolt this time and hoping for Parahax, which I really shouldn't do. And I get a crit, which I didn't even realize. Not that that mattered. I'm going to switch and go to Flygon because I am still predicting a Thunder Wave. I still think this Blissey has Thunder Wave, because almost every Blissey has Thunder Wave. He must have it, right? Right? He goes for Soft Blow. I figured, okay, he's probably still got Thunder Wave. So he's actually going to switch out here, because most likely to scout what move I will lock myself into, because now he knows I'm Choice Scarfed. And he's going to go to Dragonite, just as a death fodder, because Dragonite can't come in again because of the rocks. So I go for Earthquake here. Pretty risky on my part, but I figured Dragonite was his last flyer, and that he wouldn't be packing a third flyer, even though I hadn't seen his whole team yet. Turns out he doesn't have a third flyer, so that was pretty good for me. In comes Machamp. I decided to stay in and go for the Earthquake, and I was really hoping this Machamp wasn't sub, because that would really suck. So, goes for Dynamic Punch. I barely live again. So I know the obvious Bullet Punch is coming, so I'm going to switch out here, and I'm going to go to Jirachi, and he does go for the Bullet Punch, as I predicted. So now I'm finally starting to not play obvious, but anywho, he's going to go into Blissey, and I'm going to go for the Thunderbolt, hoping for Parahax again. Again, that's something I should not do, because it's only a 20% chance. It's like, really? Come on, really? Anyway, I still think he has Thunder Wave, but I said, you know what? Let's see if he's really got it. Let's see if he really has Thunder Wave. I'm going to go for a Wish, just to see if he's really got Thunder Wave. what his next move is going to tell me if he has it or not. And he goes for the seismic toss. So that tells me he does not have Thunder Wave. And I'm thinking, awesome, that's great. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to switch to Tyranitar because now I know he does not have the Thunder Wave. Take the seismic toss, heal back all that damage with Wish, and I'm going to go for the super power. And at the health that Blissey is at, super power should be a most definite one-hit KO. So that is exactly what I go for. And it is enough to take down this Blissey, but man, look at that. That is so painful to watch. That is really painful to watch. It's just so slow. Oh my god. Maybe because I was naughty natured, that's why I was going to make KO. But anyway, he is going to go back to Machamp. I was like, yep, I got this game in the bag. What? What? He's faster? Are you serious? He outsped my 216 speed Tyranitar. How did he do that? But after the match, he told me it was a max speed Machamp, so that would explain it. But Machamp goes down to the sand. I go to Flygon because I know I'm going to live the rock damage because of the amazing Dragon and Ground typing. He goes into his last, which is Houndoom. He is not Scarf because that was the only way he probably had somewhat of a chance. And I finish it off with an Earthquake, and that's going to be the game. It was an awesome game, CaliConnKid. Hope to play you again sometime. Guys, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe if you love what you see and you love what you heard. And until next episode, Chun is out. Peace.